welcome back to Keep On Collecting. Thank you for joining me on another review. I'm Matt, and this video is just about a passion that I have with stop motion animation. But also, it does concern a toy. It kind of leads on. And we've taken a little bit of a break just to re-energize and reinvigorate ourselves and do some side projects. And one of those side projects is stop motion for myself. From a very young age, I have loved monster movies, dinosaur movies, and Ray Harryhausen was at the forefront of that inspiration. It's only in recent years as an adult that I have found that passion. I can transform it now into something productive and learn how to make, well, I've learned how to make a stop motion, like a puppet for stop motion. And I have done a little bit of filming, some test footage, so I'm going to send you a link to that, and you can just laugh at that because that's nowhere near as good as Ray Harryhausen's, but I'm getting there, I'm learning. It's a lot of fun. And Ray Harryhausen has inspired a few generations of filmmakers. Recent years, I guess we're going to look at Spielberg, George Lucas, Peter Jackson, James Cameron, even John Landis, John Landis loves Ray Harryhausen. But, George Lucas has been quoted in saying, if there was no Ray Harryhausen, there would be no Star Wars. So that is a legacy. He has, all you Star Wars fans out there, you can thank, well, Ray Harryhausen for this. And hence the very long introduction that I gave around stop motion animation and, the animators that have given us all that amazing stuff over the years. Even I'm only a beginner, but there is other animators, I guess you'd call them, out there on YouTube. Ones I love just going to and checking out what their latest video is. And I'm just going to throw a few names out there. We've got Corey from Corbra Lang, and he has got like a big G.I. Joe flag, and he's got a wrestling ring on there, and he'll get like wrestling figures. He'll get he's done some G.I. Joe stuff, and so he is just really good. He's even done some instructional videos, which I found quite interesting for myself. So if you like stop motion animation stuff with toys, it's Corey at Corbra Lang. There's Tom at Spider Monkey Films. He does more 12-inch. There's Tom from Spider Monkey Films. He does more 12-inch G.I. Joes, and that's stop motion. And he does his latest series is Evel Knievel, which is not really stop motion, but it's very clever. Good, good voiceovers and clever little scripts. Quite funny. We've got Bone Breaking Action, which is more. We have Bone Breaking Action, which, well, that's wrestling. It's wrestling figures. They're mainly like Hasbro wrestling figures, and he's got lots of little figures watching as well. So it's all like stop motion. There's Playtime Wrestling. We've got Alexander Studios. He does a lot of Legos, and it's just so good. It's like watching the actual Lego movie, but just short movies. It's brilliant. My mate, Daniel Au, he's like me, a beginner, but, he's got that passion and he's inspired by the movie makers of the past. And my teacher, a call out to Norman Yeend, who is my Harryhausen. He has taught me how to make this puppet, and thank you, Norman. I don't know if you'll watch this video, but I'll tell you what, mate, you've got some talent. You've done a few movies, you've done a lot of commercials, and you are a little bit my inspiration now. So thank you very much for your help and inspiring me and everything you've done for me over the last year. All right. So today's, believe it or not, it's about a toy. And in particular, Clash of the Titans. It's the only one. There was a toy line released for Ray Harryhausen. And it was released by Mattel in 1981, just like the film. Now Mattel Mattel were, I guess they had failed in the, they had rejected, I won't say failed, they rejected the Star Wars toy line back in 76, I think that was. So I think ever since then they were they'd realised, oh gee, what a bummer mistake we made. Let's try and get into the 3 3/4 figure range. So they had a few fails with Battlestar Galactica in 78. They had done, I think they'd done a Mork from Mork. They'd got like a little egg, and they did a 12-inch figure. So yeah, the egg had a little 3 3/4 Mork. And they did the Flash Gordon line also. That was based on the Filmation cartoon New Adventures of Flash Gordon. So they weren't overly successful. And then they've done this line in 1981. Of course, the following year, 1982, Mattel had amazing success with Masters of the Universe, and that's just gone on now for 40 odd years. We've had Masters of the Universe. Well, actually, it's the 40th year this year, so big success there for Mattel. So there's only really one more thing I can say before I bring this wonderful toy out, and that is release the Kraken.
Great Zeus, below on earth, it is now the eve of the longest day.
Very well. Release the Kraken.
Well, that line wouldn't have sounded so good if it was based on real Greek mythology, which was the cetus. It sounds a little bit like a human disease that you've kind of caught from, from the gutters or the trash. But it sounds disgusting, doesn't it, the cetus? However, in true Greek mythology, Perseus did actually save Andromeda, but it was from the cetus. Now, the cetus was more like it could have been depicted as a bit of a whale creature, but also sometimes as a dragon. Like a long snake-like creature, but the Kraken more came from, I think it was more Norwegian gods, Norwegian mythology. So that's where the Kraken name came from.
The word Kraken, of course, came much later. It wasn't in Greek mythology. The Kraken has a nice sound to it, rather menacing. In the original legend, it was a leviathan, a creature that menaced Andromeda when she's tied to the rock. We didn't want to reproduce a dragon-type character again, so I designed the Kraken with 4 arms and a sort of tentacle under his arms.
Our review today will be on the Kraken. I've come across another YouTube channel called Retro MD. I'll put a link down below, but he has done a fantastic review on the whole Mattel toy line. So go and check that out at his channel. And also that clip that I've shown on Ray Harryhausen, the interview. There's a full 20-minute interview just on the Clash of the Titans with Ray Harryhausen. So that is a very interesting interview. Go and check that out as well. I recommend it. So thank you very much, mate, for allowing me to use that clip. Alrighty. This is just a fantastic. Mattel have done an amazing job with this, especially for a toy from 1981. This is not a toy that you can just go off and go, woo, let's go and buy that, because it's going to set you back a little bit of moolah, and it's something that I was saving for. So don't think that I'm just rolling in a bathtub of cash or anything like that. I've planned for it, done research about the figure, what was missing off a lot of items from eBay. I was going to go and get it from America at the last minute, and I don't know why, but looked on just another search, bam, there it was in Sydney, and for a great price, went to pick it up. It was from his childhood collection, so super impressed that I found that, and it's a lot cheaper, obviously, from paying overseas shipping and tax to get it into Australia. Could have almost probably been double. So I'm very, very happy. And the best thing to do to show you this figure is not just sitting there blah, blah, blah. It's probably best to turn this around, the camera around, and show you up close and personal the Kraken from Clash of the Titans 1981. Fantastic piece. And how high is he? Well, to the crest of his head, I would say probably about 39 centimeters. It's just a huge beast. Let's take a closer look at him. So this is the tail. So it is detachable, can come off there. A lot of the time on eBay they're snapped or broken, but this is perfect. Lovely sculpt on the skin, so it's like an olive green colour. Does have a little bit of articulation there, but not much. So you have these ridges that come down the tail to the small fin at the end, and that's the only articulation you get. But yeah, look at that, all the little bumps of the skin, fantastic. So let's have a look at the fins. So yeah, once again, wonderfully sculpted. So a lot of the time, some people have these fins facing backwards around the other way. However, if you look at the box, they do face forward like this. So yeah, nice sculpt there. Let's go to the torso now. And he's pretty ripped. He's got the abs going. He did have some abs in the movie. Some scales on the upper pecs there as well. And yes, some there nipples. Alright, over here. Now let's look at the arms once again. We've got all the bumps on his skin here and up to his neck. Now the arms are on ball joints, and this is the way they're supposed to be. It's not broken or anything like that. And so he's got 4 arms, obviously, with 4 fingers on each. And they do stay up there, but they do fall down very easily, just like that. So yeah, but they're also got that lovely textured skin. Now if I can move his arms for a little bit, he does have some articulation in the torso there, so he can turn, I guess he can do 360 if he really wanted to. Alright, turning this beast around, we have the back now, and you can still see this amazing textured skin. He's got some 3 ridges running all the way up to his head here. So the middle ridge is the biggest. They kind of end like in a diamond tip. He's got the smaller ridges running all the way down the back. And there we have 1980 Metro Goldwyn Mayer. Got some big screws in his shoulders and his head too. Alright, let's talk about this head. Gee, I tell you, the way I've got the light there, he does look a little bit menacing, doesn't he? Now, far away, his head does look menacing, but as you get closer, you can see that the teeth have just been airbrushed on. There's no movement in the jaw, so it's all just static there in the jaw. Great face sculpt. His eyes, the red around them. Got the side of the head where the gills and the ears are. And the big brow on top. So remembering that this is a 1981 toy for children, I guess they didn't want to make it too menacing. So this is menacing without being hideously scary for children. And it still looks fantastic. Just like the movie. Yeah, really good. Really happy to have the Kraken in the collection. You're still here. Gee, you guys are champions. Thank you for lasting this whole video. It's been an epic. It's just a conglomeration of everything that I love and have, deep, truly deep feelings for. I just, toys, Harryhausen, stop motion. Harryhausen is a pioneer. for stop motion. And I feel that he's inspired professional filmmakers, amateur filmmakers. I feel that those YouTube animators that I mentioned earlier, like, Corey and Tom and Bone Breaking Action, I feel it'd be a great conversation to have on how they were inspired to do to do what they do on YouTube. I have a feeling Harryhausen may be in there somewhere, or something leading up to Ray Harryhausen. Interesting fact though, in the new 2010 Clash of the Titans, Bubo the Owl made a cameo, but he was kind of pushed away as a bit of a useless artifact.
What is this? Just leave it.
And he wasn't really a useless artifact. He's integral to the original Clash of the Titans movie. And so that's where they made a bit of a mistake. He's not a Jar Jar Binks like Star Wars. So the original Clash of the Titans fans didn't really appreciate that, and it didn't get a good rap. Thank you very much for supporting Andrew and I on our channel over the last 12 months. It's just been an amazing journey. We've met some new friends, some great followers who are always commenting and wishing us well, and some really positive feedback on our videos. We really appreciate it. It makes us happy. It keeps us going. And ultimately, you just got to do what makes you happy. Toys make us happy, and getting in the toy room makes us happy. It brings a smile to your face, joy to your heart. So try and do it on a daily basis, and get into your toy room and spend a bit of time in there each day to get that smile on your dial. So this Kraken, he definitely gets an up. So we're really impressed with the Kraken. Remember, stay safe out there. Look after yourselves and your families. And until next time, remember what Andrew and I always say, let's keep on collecting. Thanks everybody. See you soon.